Hey y'all, it's your girl T, and today we are starting like a new series. I'm gonna be at home. I'm gonna be, sometimes dressed down, sometimes dressed up. I don't know. So I'm gonna title this "Cooking It Real" with your girl T. Like keeping it real with cooking it real, because I am gonna just be myself and teach you all how to cook some of these dishes. Today I wanted to make some Carne Asada Tacos, y'all. So I have some fresh cumin, I have garlic powder, I have a little bit of adobo and some pepper, and I have some cilantro flakes, and then in here I have some smoked paprika, some chili powder, and some cayenne pepper. And you know, I gotta add the all-purpose seasoning. This is on my line, dustedOnCatering.com. If you want to get some, it is fire. Has so much flavor. So today I'm gonna be making Carne Asada Tacos. I'm gonna be making some cilantro lime rice, and then we're gonna also make some just fresh guacamole with some chips to dip in. So I have our marinade that we're gonna start with, this, which is the seasonings. I have my orange juice. Don't mind my nails. I'm in the process of soaking them off. Like I said, we cooking it real, y'all. It's gonna get real on this show, so don't judge me. Don't judge a girl. I'm trying to help y'all out, all right? So right here, I just have some Carne Asada strips. So this is like flank steak. You can get it at your grocery store. It's the best kind for this kind of meal that we're doing. So what I'm doing now is preparing this so we can like marinate everything all together. And I want to marinate mine for, the best is the longest. So 24 hours would be good, but I don't have that kind of time today. So as long as you marinate it for at least 30 minutes to an hour, you should be good. So we're just going to pour like half of this in here. And this is just regular orange juice. I have Minute Maid, but you can use whatever kind you want. We're going to go in with some cumin. Y'all, I do not measure. I just eyeball everything. So I can't tell you how much is in this. I mean, I can tell you when I send you the information on my link in the bio. But I just eyeball it and poured it in there. So I will leave that in the description box below for those who would like to have some measurements. All right, so we got the adobo and pepper. We got the cilantro flakes that we're adding. And we also have, y'all, some fresh cilantro. So don't think I'm just not, using the fresh herbs, because I love me some fresh herbs. We have the cayenne, the chili powder, and the smoked paprika. Just gonna add all of that in there like that. Right. And then I just have a little tone. I'm just gonna mix this up. I'm gonna add my seasoning last on here. And you just wanna basically mix it all up, y'all. Mix it up in the juices. Let me see if y'all can see. This is my first time doing it at home, y'all. I'm trying to provide some content for y'all. So y'all gonna have to bear with me till I figure this shit out. You hear me? Or stuff. I don't know if YouTube will ban me like that. I'm trying not to be cussing on here. Alright, so just mix that up, and then you go in with my all-purpose seasoning at the end. And this is salt-free, y'all, so you don't have to worry about it being over-salted, because it is salt-free, but it has a punch of flavor. I'm talking about Mrs. Dash on AC. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to close that like that. And then we are just going to let this chill in the fridge for, like I said, at least 30 minutes to an hour. I'm trying to let it go longer, but depending on how my prepping goes with the other stuff, then we'll see where we're at with it then. Alright, so I'm going to put this in the sink so we don't cross-contaminate. That is a no-no. I will put this into the fridge, and I'll be right back with y'all so we can prep for the stuff that's going to go in the taco. Hey, I'm back, y'all. I have put my flank steak into the fridge for the carne asadas. I have some fresh limes. My water is on the stove boiling for our cilantro lime rice. So I have our rice, which I'm using Jasmine because I love Jasmine. You can use any kind of long grain. I just like Jasmine. My own preference. But I'm going to squeeze some of this lime into the water with the chicken bouillon. And I am going to leave these in there, which I have already washed and rinsed, because it's going to add a little bit more flavor. So let's take our rice and squeeze this in like that. cup and a half because I added 3 cups of water in there, y'all. So we're gonna do a cup and a half. It's just 2 people eating, so I don't really need a lot. Alright, so then what I'm gonna do is just give it a stir because you don't want it to stick together. Alright, so now that that is going, we're gonna leave that be, and then we're gonna prep our vegetables for our carne asada. So I have some fresh cilantro, which I want to chop last because it tends to get a little messy. But I do have some bell pepper and I have some onion that I'm gonna cut. I have a jalapeno and I have some mushrooms that we're gonna cook all in there, and it's gonna go with the carne asada. So I like to just cut mine around. I know it's so many different ways that people be showing y'all how to cook. I cut them all kind of ways. It just depends on my mood, honestly. So do what's best for you. I have my bowl, y'all, that I add my trash in so I don't have to move all around, you know. All right, so I'm gonna cut these, and we're just gonna cut them into strips. We don't need to be fancy or anything like that. We just want a good cut of strips for, like, it's kind of gonna be like something like fajitas a little bit, you know. So it doesn't have to be pretty. Just make sure you get some good strips. All right, so I'm gonna finish cutting these, and I'll be right back. We're gonna cut our onions, we're gonna cut our jalapeno, and we're also gonna cut our cilantro. So stay right there. All right, y'all, so now we're cutting our onion for our carne asada tacos. We have our bell pepper already chopped up. So now we're just cutting our onion, and I will probably speed this part up so it doesn't take up a lot of space out of here. So we're just gonna basically cut some good old rings, just like this. Be careful with y'all hands. Don't be saying I told y'all to cut a certain way and then you cut your hand off. I'm very, very meticulous about that. I don't want nobody chopping their fingers off. Got onion, okay, and then we have our jalapeno. And y'all, that rice, we're just gonna rinse this off. Our rice, we're just going to let it come to a boil, and then we're gonna close it. But we're gonna cut this jalapeno in half with the seeds in it. It won't be as spicy as you think it might be. So I'm just add this to it, and it sounds like it's already at a boil. And it is. Alright, so we're just gonna give this one last stir before we close the top, okay? Let me show y'all what it looked like a little bit. Can y'all see that? It's just some lime juice, bouillon. Oh, it's gonna be so good, y'all. And then we put our jalapeno in there, and then we're gonna let it boil a little bit more, and we're gonna cover it real quick. It's already boiling. Alright, I'm gonna let it do its thing for like another minute. Shout out to Black Life ATX, y'all. They gave me this cup, and don't be hating on my cowboy straw. Unfortunately, I like the Cowboys. We're gonna see what they do this year though, because they've been really pissing a lot of people off. Alright, y'all, so we got our cilantro, our coriander, and we're just gonna cut this in a nice rough chop. It does not have to be minced or anything, you know, small in particular. We're just gonna cut it till it's all chopped up. So like I said, it could be rough. Don't worry about the perfection. Okay. And y'all, also shout out to my neighbor Earl for this cutting board. Y'all, I love it. It's an old school cutting board that I got. I don't know, maybe like a couple months ago. But today is the first time I am showcasing it and debuting it. Alright, y'all, so some of them stems are thrown away, but stems have a lot of flavor, so don't throw all your stems away. I cut up some of them stems too, because they add a lot of flavor. Cilantro is really strong, kind of like cumin a little bit. So add those stems, you'll get the added flavor. And I'm a flavor bomb girl, so I love flavor. All right, so then we're gonna get another jalapeno, and we're gonna grill with our veggies in the pot. And you're just gonna also just cut this guy down the middle. And be careful, don't be rubbing your eyes, because you will burn, baby. Don't do that. All right, so we have some mushrooms. I'm gonna rinse them off real quick in my coriander, my colander. Make sure we get it all clean. All right. And then I'm just gonna put them in a paper towel to kind of soak up the remaining water that didn't come through those holes. So just squeeze it out like that, and then put it right here. If y'all don't know one thing about me, I am a prepper. I like to prep a lot of stuff. When I do cooking classes, they be asking me how can they get their food to come out on time and get it to all come out, you know, cooked and done without it being cold. This is your key part right here. If you do the prepping before, you won't have to worry about that. So like I have my rice going. I'm gonna put the top on that because like I said, I wanted to let it come to a boil a little bit more. And I'm gonna be back so we can get these veggies on and show y'all how it's gonna come together. All right, y'all, welcome back to Cooking It Real. I just be making up stuff, y'all. All right, I have some olive oil, y'all. I'm gonna put a little bit in the pan. And y'all, I decided to do our tortillas next, because then that way, once it's done, I could just start with the veggies. And I don't have to worry about messing up a lot of dishes. As you can tell, I'm a no dish messing up girl, okay? If I have to, I will, but I don't want to. So, that's what you want to hear, a sizzle. We're going to put our shells in here, and we're going to just let them cook up, basically. We're going to get a nice, good little char on them, you know. However dark you like it, however light brown you want it, as long as it's like, you know, toasted or whatever. And these are going to be for our tacos. So we're going to cook these up and get them all, you know, crisp and stuff. And I'll see y'all in a second. Alright, y'all, I'm back and we are done with our tortillas. So now we're going to add some more avocado oil. You can add olive oil, you can add canola oil, vegetable oil, whatever oil you like. You can add either one. I am going to add our veggies in now. We're going to start off with the mushrooms because they let out a lot of moisture. We want them to just go on and cook out. And then we're going to go in with our onions and bell pepper. Add that to the pot. And we just want these to kind of get, you know, soft, not dente. We want them to get a little softer than dente. Because we still want a little bite, but not like hard. You know, I like to have a little bite to mine, but not too soft, not, you know, too hard. But we're going to add that, and then we're going to add some bell pepper that we cut. And if you feel like you need to add a little more oil, you can. I'm actually going to add some butter in here. Whenever you're adding anything with, if you're adding butter to anything, always add oil because it prevents it from burning, y'all. Y'all be wondering why y'all stuff be burning up. You have butter. It's because you need to add some oil first. That oil will help the butter prevent from burning. So, y'all can see? Yeah, baby. So, we're going to first add a little bit of avocado oil, more avocado oil. I'm going to add some butter. Hold on. Alright, so I'm going to use this gonna start off with about a tablespoon of butter. It's frozen, so gotta take a second to do this thing. Alright, it's cooking down pretty good. So now we're gonna add the onions that we chopped up. And we got it on the same plate with the cilantro, so don't worry about it. If you get a little cilantro in there, it's gonna add some more flavor, y'all. We're just gonna let it do what it do, baby. That's alright. So we're just gonna let this keep cooking, y'all. And then I'm going to add some more all-purpose seasoning. Yep. And then I'm gonna add some more cumin. You gotta season your food, y'all. We're gonna build these flavors up, okay? Let's see what we got. Y'all, I'm so excited. Today I did a thing and organized my spice, not rack, but my spice drawer. I guess you call it drawer. So now I can just go to it. Everything is in alphabetical order. So I just know A, B, C, D. I can just grab it. So this is some chili powder, y'all. I'm gonna add a little bit of that. I like the smokiness. Since we're not on the grill, we're gonna bring the smoke to us. I have a little bit of garlic powder. What they be doing on TV. Like you can't see. That kills me. It kills my SSA. Alright, so then we got some smoked paprika. Again, that's the smoky notes. Just a little bit of that. And since I am making this for my son, he don't really like a lot of spice, so I'm not going to add no cayenne extra to here because I already added it to the meat. And it'll be too spicy. I got our oven preheating on warm so we can put our tortillas in there that can stay all warm. Got a little cumin. And since these is glass, y'all, and I'm clumsy, I'm going to put these in the back. So I'll do that. Knocked it over. Then I'll be mad. Alright, y'all, so our veggies is cooking down real nice. They looking real good and pretty. Y'all see that? Yeah. So, and then at the end, y'all, because I'm a street taco kind of girl, I gotta add my cilantro and onion to the top. And I don't know, I might make a little salsa or something go on top. It's like, you gotta have salsa with tacos. So I might do that. I don't know if I have any, or crema. I got some sour cream because I don't think I have any tomatoes. But you know, your girl be whipping up stuff and making up stuff. So let me finish these veggies, y'all. I'm gonna put these tortillas that we did. They came out really good. I'm gonna put them in the oven so they can warm up, and I'll be right back. Alright, y'all, our veggies are just where we want them to be. You see they're soft, but still got a little bite to them. But I tasted it and I needed a little bit more seasoning. So I have some pepper here, y'all. I'm just gonna put some of that in there. And put some salt. Definitely need some salt. And so we're gonna give that a stir. See if that is where we want. It's perfect on the spice level, not as far as heat, but as far as, like, you know, the spices, the garlic powder, all that. So we just needed a little kick to it, y'all. So I'm gonna just see. Yeah, that's it. So the last thing we're gonna do is squeeze some lime in here. Acid. Just like that. Put in our little trash can. Stir it up. And then I am going to just take this out. And we're just going to put this aside. I just have a little bowl. Let me turn this way before I knock it all the way off of my stick. We're just going to put it in a bowl. And we want all that stuff that is at the bottom to stay, because now we're about to add that flank steak for our Carne Asada Tacos, y'all. I'm getting so excited. It smells so good here, y'all. Like, real talk. Alright, so I'm gonna set that aside. Let this come a little bit more up to temp. add a little bit of oil because we're trying to get a good nice sear on our steak. And then I'm gonna switch back, push that over there, back to this. So y'all hear it already starting to get happy. It's getting happy, y'all. So now we have our marinated flank steak that was in the fridge. At this point, y'all, it was in the fridge for about an hour. I tried to do as long as I could, but an hour is where we ended up. So now we're just gonna put our steak in here and try to like spread it out a little bit, because we're not trying to like boil it. We want it to get like a sear on this steak. And even if you gotta go in with 2 batches, just do that at a time, because you don't want it to boil. And then at the end we'll add this good seasoning marinade at the bottom, because we don't want to leave nothing behind, honey. You hear me? Nathaniel. So it looks like, yeah, we're gonna have to do two sessions, which is cool, to get the right consistency that I need. So I'm gonna let this, like, you know, do its thing. Hey y'all, I'm back. So now we're gonna start on our guacamole, and you can use any kind of avocado. You can basically get the halves, you can get the small ones, whichever you like. It's your preference. I like to cut little like slits like that. To me, it makes it easier to come out. I'm trying to think who showed me that. It might have been my mama. My mom might have been in the kitchen cooking or something. I don't know. I might have saw her cooking show, or both. But we're just gonna put all of our avocado in here, and I'm only using 3, but feel free to use as many as you like. I only got 5 from the store, so I'm gonna use 3 and see what we're looking like. But I'm gonna make an avocado crema, y'all, because I told y'all I didn't have no tomatoes, which is a bummer, because I was gonna make a good little salsa. But I really kind of prefer the avocado one over the tomato one anyway, so let it all work out. All right, so we're gonna do the rest of these avocados. And y'all, let me tell y'all a quick story. When I went to Mexico, y'all, I'm used to doing like red onions, tomatoes, garlic, all the kind of the fixings inside my avocado, right? And sometimes I do if I'm just in the mood. I just really am a mood girl, and I just depends on what mood I'm in, right? Oh, and all I'm doing here, y'all, is just getting this pit out. That's all I'm doing with that knife. So I went to Mexico, and we went on this ATV tour. And in the process, we would stop like in between the tour, because the tour was long. It was like 2.5 hours or something like that. So they would feed us like random little unique authentic dishes that is served in Mexico. One time, one of the things that they served us was avocados, or guacamole rather. And y'all, they only put lime and salt in their guacamole. Like they said, real authentica guacamole. They said guacamole, and it was like it don't need nothing else. And I was thinking at that time, because I was really like at that time putting everything in mine. So I tried it, and I was like, wow, they might be on to something. This actually really do taste good just with lime and salt. Y'all, I never went back. I haven't did it. Like I said, I'm a mood girl, so I have to be in the mood for it. But ever since I had it like that, I haven't really wanted it no other way. And some people be like, oh, that's all you add, or da-da-da-da. That's all you need, baby. That is all you need. So look, y'all, we got our avocados in here. I just had to tell y'all that quick story so y'all don't be looking at me like, ugh, guacamole bland, da-da-da-da. Don't knock it till you try it. So I have some limes. Actually, I'm gonna put this here. I have some limes, y'all. I cannot find my squeezer, and it's really irritating me. But we're gonna do a homemade little squeezer. You roll it like this, you get them juices to flow in it, and make it a lot easier to squeeze since you don't have a squeezer, Tara. So I'm gonna just try to get as much juice as I can, and I'm gonna do like a lime and a half to start. You can always add more, but remember, you can't take it out. So always add the minimum. Ugh. Okay. So then we got our other one. We're gonna squeeze that in there like that. And then, so that's one lime, and then we got the other half right here. We're just gonna squeeze that. Ooh, squeeze that in there. Oh, and if you got a cut, I don't have one, but if you have one, make sure you put on some gloves, because baby, when it burn, when it get into that cut, oh God, it's gonna burn so hard. All right, so now we have our lime juice. I'm gonna add some salt. Limes and salt just go together like they in a relationship. They just go together, honey. And also, FYI, y'all, I'm cooking my own food for my self, well, and my son. But when I am cooking for clients, my hair is up. It's in a bun or like, you know, put away in a net or something. So don't be thinking that you're not covered when I'm cooking for you. All right, this is just me cooking it real at the house, at the crib. You know what I'm saying? You know what? I just bought something. Hold on. Aha! Got it. So y'all can tell I'm a gadget girl. I've been wanting to buy it, but I was just feeling like, oh girl, you don't really need that. You really need that, girl. So I use it for my ground beef, or you know, to mash up meat and stuff. But hey, this works just as fine. Look at it. It's already coming together. Yes, sir. And y'all, I was gonna make some homemade fresh tortillas, some chips. I don't know, I still might. I just really don't feel like it right now. And at this point, I am starving. So we're just gonna start, see if we need some more lime or salt, because that's all we adding to it, y'all. Let's see. Definitely more lime and definitely more salt. So we'll just add one more lime. Make sure it's nice and soft, and a little bit more salt. That's what we'll do. Alright, so just squeeze that in there. Oh, I can't find my little juicer. That's just making me upset, because I know I would get way more lemon juice, lime juice. Probably wouldn't even need this lime, but we're gonna let it work out the way it should. Work out the way it should. All right, so now we got our salt. Going back in with the salt. It looks like a lot, y'all, but it's not. When you adding it to lime, it's like it absorbs it or something. Kind of like with margaritas. You know, they just go together. They go together real good. Alright, y'all, so this looks beautiful. You see that? It's all nice and green. So let's see what we're working with here. Yeah, just a little bit. That's perfect, y'all. That is perfect. So now I'm going to cover this and put it in the fridge, and we're gonna start on our creamer. Hold on. All right, y'all. Now our creamer is super easy. So I had this little bullet thing, y'all. It helps me with everything. Okay. So I'm gonna start first with one avocado, because we might not need the second. And if we don't, then I'll just add it to the guacamole. But I want to make sure I have enough of everything. And this one, actually, we can just scoop this guy out, because we're not doing anything major. It's gonna chop up anyway in the blender, so we are just going to scoop it out. If it comes out, there we go. And then we're gonna add some avocados. We're gonna add some sour cream. I mean, we're adding avocado, but we're gonna add some sour cream. and some onion. We're gonna add a jalapeno, y'all. One thing about me is that if I don't have it, I'm still gonna make it work, baby. I didn't have no tomatoes. Huh. That's all right. We're gonna just make an avocado crema. I have all the ingredients for that. Just pivot. It's called pivoting, y'all. So let's get our lime. We're gonna squeeze some of that in there. Get all of it up in there. And see, when you roll it, it makes it less juicy. And you get more juice out of it. And our rice, y'all, it's done. I know it's done. I haven't checked, but it's been on simmer since the last time I talked to y'all. The last time we was on that session, that segment. So I have some sour cream. And I'll take that out. Y'all, if y'all cooking, see, I don't like going back and forth to the trash. This is my trash, y'all. It is such a lifesaver and a time saver because you don't have to go back and forth to the trash, you know. So, or you can get like a little bag or something. It's just easier for me that way. Okay, so now I'm gonna go in with some sour cream. Again, I just eyeball everything. Put that in there just like that. It is a crema, so we put more sour cream than the avocado. We got our lime juice. Now we're gonna go in with some of the jalapeno. And I'm just gonna use half because they be coming up with jalapenos. You don't be knowing if they spicy or not, and you don't want to get no surprise. We don't want to do that. So we're gonna just do half of the jalapeno, and just, you know, cut it up into a few little things like that. Now, if it's not as spicy, you can add the other half, but better to be safe than sorry, honey. So we have an onion. And wipe that off. So I'm just gonna cut my onion the way that I like to cut it, the only way that I know how to get those perfect squares, just like I like it, just like that, like so, baby. Alright, so that's all we need with the onion. We don't need a whole lot. Sure, we might not even need all this. I'm gonna just do a little bit like that. And then the rest, I'm sure we can find use for it. But I'm not gonna add it. Alright, so then we got some salt. And then we got some pepper. And y'all, I don't have a fresh garlic clove, so I'm gonna add some garlic powder. Oh, I just love my jewelry, y'all. My little new concoction. It's so easy to find stuff. So we're gonna do that, and then, oh, that's what I want to add to it, y'all. Some cilantro. Now this cilantro is gonna give it the extraness that it needs, baby. It's so strong. Get some of them stems in there too, y'all. I was telling you about some of them stems in there. Okay, that's what we're looking like. And you might have to add a little water, which is fine. You can just add more seasoning if you need to. Actually, I'm gonna add a little water in here because sometimes it be acting stubborn. It don't want to do what it's supposed to do. Alright, so all we're gonna do is put it in our little blender here. Oops. And we're gonna get it all nice and see what we need to add. It was doing good. Come on, avocado. That's the only thing about this blender. It be cutting up sometimes. Yeah, baby. Turn it around. All right, y'all. So now Y'all be watching Armand Wiggins. He is hilarious. He covering that Diddy case. He be like, so then. Or he'll say, so. Y'all, he is funny. Y'all need to tune into him. Alright, y'all. This is what we looking like. This is our crema. To me, it needs to be a little bit more thinner. But let's see what the flavor is like. Definitely need some more salt. I'm definitely going to add this other jalapeno in there because it's really not that spicy. And I want to have a little more spice. So, but see, if you hadn't added, if you had added the whole thing, it would have been too spicy. So that's why you kind of gauge where we're at. And now we can also add the rest of that onion, give it some more flavor because we're looking good with that. And then I'm going to add some more garlic powder and of course some more salt and pepper. That's what I love about cooking, y'all. It's like a painting. You just add more to it, add a little bit more to it, add a little bit less to it. You know, see where you went with the flavor. Salt. The lime seems to be perfect, so we're not gonna add no lime. We're just gonna add some more salt and pepper. And a little bit more cilantro. Just a little bit more, like that. And let's see if we need to add some more liquid. We're gonna see. We might not. Let's see what it does. Yep, looks like we need some more liquid. No problemo. Just add a little bit of water and help it go.